It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very warm welcome back to your Monday morning. We are live, large and in charge on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And right now, time for us to take a look back at all of the amazing technology news that shaped our world in 2017 with our resident tech expert, Bryan Smith. Always a pleasure to have you here, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's good to be back.
Did you have as good a weekend as Graham? I mean, he was just...
I don't know. It seemed like Graham had the benchmark of a good weekend. So let's take the ladder rung beneath that.
All right. Let's quickly talk about the tech news that made headlines throughout 2017. Some of the biggest stories to come out, including the evolution of the smartphone. I mean, it's a constant thing. Every single year, we're looking forward to the next and latest model. And of course, the Samsung Galaxy S8 has been right there at the top. I'm still loving mine so much. I'm actually discovering new things about mine right now, like selective focus on the camera. I'm like, whoa, it blurs out everything. But let's talk about what people have had to say about it.
Definitely. I think since smartphones really came out in 2007, people have been hankering after a change in form factor.
Yeah.
And this was finally the year we got that smartphones became taller, screens got larger, we got more real estate to play with, and perhaps best exemplified by the likes of the Samsung Galaxy S8 or Note 8. We finally got a change in form factor that I think most consumers are really excited about. And going forward into 2018, we'll have greater use of that form factor and potentially also the use of foldable smartphones. So screens could get even larger, tablets may make a comeback in that form as well. So
that's extraordinary to even think about foldable phones. And then moving on to other news, I think some people are very apprehensive towards the thoughts. I'm very excited about the thought of robotics and just how very well integrated they could become into society, where robots start executing a variety of tasks around human beings, and looking at this particular design, the more human form that they're taking, and you know, the fact that we one day could not even be able to distinguish between what is human and what is robot.
Very much so. Robotics sort of moved into two stages this year. The first is that we saw a lot of technical improvements like Boston Dynamics, Atlas walking, running, even doing backflips.
Sure.
And then, of course, there's also the political, philosophical aspect of robots like Sophia, who was recently granted citizenship in Saudi Arabia. And it's likely we're going to be talking a lot more about this in 2018 as the technology progresses.
Yeah. One thing I think myself and 98% of the world are still trying to understand is something called Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And there's on Instagram the other day, I saw a dude who's like 31 years old and he's now a millionaire as a result of Bitcoin. Some people are still saying it's a hoax. It's just another cover-up of what is the capitalist world. We're shifting from, let's say, the dollar-based currency to now this crypto-based currency, but it's all exactly the same thing.
I disagree. I think it's the ground floor of a new economic model. I think this is technology, and as in technology progresses, there are a host of different things that can happen. I'm really excited that more South Africans are getting on board with Bitcoin and learning more about it. And I think it's a very fascinating study in value. How do people perceive currency as having value? What are they prepared to trade, and what are they prepared to invest in long term? Yeah. So Bitcoin and blockchain have really been the buzzwords this year, particularly in the latter half of this year. And again, you know, likely with other cryptocurrencies emerging at the time, and different nations adopting their own, we're going to be talking a lot more about this in the future.
Yeah,
we're just getting started.
Talking about the possible emergence of a new world order under the Bitcoin. Dun, dun, dun. But anyway, conspiracy theorists will have a field day about that one. But what about alien activity? The arrival of, is it Oumuamua?
You got it.
I got it right the first time. Oumuamua. Sounds like someone's surname I know. But anyway, what are researchers saying about that?
So we've always wanted to meet an alien from an extraterrestrial setting from another solar system. We haven't got there yet, but this is the closest we've ever been in the sense that this asteroid has now emerged from beyond our solar system. We're not precisely sure about its origin point. And this is a huge avenue for research for scientists all around the world to study this asteroid's composition and to see how different or similar it is to our own planets and asteroids in our own solar system. So this is really our first chance to meet an intergalactic visitor, and it's likely that this study is going to be going on for the next 10 years as we unpack this development in its entirety. Yeah,
and developments indeed are happening at SpaceX and with Elon Musk and Tesla and the incredible technology that's happening there. Soon we might actually be able to look at space travel as just a normal thing, like taking a taxi by the looks of it.
Definitely. I think this is the year that people became awakened or more frustrated with the conventional ground-based transport and vehicles, the cost of maintaining it, the time spent traveling in a vehicle, and more people are turning turning their heads towards other forms of transport. And I think the most captivating idea might have been SpaceX's city-to-city rocket system, which offers the promise of hopping in a rocket in one city, departing and landing in another, all the way around the world in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's definitely futuristic, and there's some things to iron out. We don't know how reusable these rockets will be, or how expensive or costly it might be to use this system, but definitely it's a great alternative, and it's one we should really explore.
Yeah, and of course the massive loop that might revolutionize transportation all around the world. And
Can't
of course,
forget about the Hyperloop.
I'll have you know that Brian and I have already ordered our Tesla Roadsters. We're just waiting for the color palette to be sorted out.
I'm going for red.
I like mine in black. Listen, thank you so much for a wonderful year of technology news and updates. We really do appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to know more and find out more about the world of technology, visit bandwidthblog.com.